A credit score. How important is that really? Well, watch this video and you will find out why it's important and how to improve it with just a few small steps. Anyone, your parents, your teachers, your potential schools, they can check your grades and figure out how responsible you are, right? Did you do your homework? Did you do well at your test? Are you turning the things in on time? Well, a credit score is very similar. It's like your adult report card. And even if you take the unpopular stance that you are never going to borrow money, which is very respectable, but rare, and you say, I don't need a credit score. I don't need it to be high because I am planning on paying for my cars with cash. I'm not planning to have credit cards. I'm even aiming to either rent for the rest of my life or buy a house with cash. That is awesome. Good for you. But you are still going to have people that are interested in seeing your credit score. Did you know that whenever you purchase a house, and you go to the utility companies, so water, electricity, gas, often they are going to run your credit score because this is the only chance for them to see, are you a reliable payer? So they're going to check it. Even if you rent, your landlord is very likely going to run your credit score because, again, they want to see if you're responsible and if they can expect you to pay on time. Sometimes even employers are going to check your credit score because it helps them to see what type of person you are, if you are responsible or if you are maybe lazy on paying your bills or you have gotten in over your head with debt and things like that. So even if you are one of the rare people who are planning to never borrow money, it's still important to have a high credit score because there's going to be a lot of people looking at that. The highest credit score that you can have is 850. But if you have anywhere in the high 700s to 850, your score is excellent and it's going to impress those who are checking it out. These high scores can help you to get very low interest rates when you do borrow money, and they can also help you to get significantly lower premiums when you are getting car and home insurance. So that credit score can really help you out in life. So, how do you increase your credit score? Maybe you're in the 600s, maybe you're in the 500s, and you say, I don't know how to get up to that higher number. Or maybe you're like I was a few years ago, and you were in like the 770 range. And you're like, I'm always paying my bills on time. I know that's really important, and I don't have a lot of debt. So, why don't I have an 850? Why is my credit score not higher? Well, let me give you a few practical steps that you can take to increase that credit score easily. All right, so here are 4 ways that you can raise your credit score. First of all, you want to make sure that you are paying your bills on time. That shows how responsible you are financially and how you have things together, you are organized and able to meet a deadline. Second, you want to be paying down consumer debt that you have. So if you have credit card debt, you want to start focusing on paying that down. I'm going to do a separate video about paying down debt and the different types of debt. But for now, let's just focus on paying on time and then paying down that consumer credit. Third, perhaps you've recognized that you are not great with credit cards and you are like the 70% of Americans that are not paying that credit card off in full every month. And so you've cut it up. Good for you. You should recognize that if you are getting deeper and deeper into debt, stop using a credit card. But a way that you can increase your credit score is to take out a credit card and just put one ongoing payment on there. So maybe it's a subscription you have, Spotify, Netflix, Disney, something like that. You have it automatically charging to that credit card every month. And then you also set up a bank account that is automatically paying that off every month. So maybe it's $20 a month to pay for Netflix, and the bank is automatically paying that $20 a month so that your credit card is paying off in full. You never actually swipe that credit card or tap the card or whatever. Instead, it is only paying for that subscription. And maybe you set up a couple that way. But that is going to show in your credit report that you are able to use a credit card and pay it off in full every month. So that will help increase your score without you actually having that card in your pocket and being tempted to spend more than you can pay off every month. So it's automatically happening in the background. Fourth, if you are using an open line of credit like a credit card, you need to make sure that you are not utilizing more than 30% of that open credit at any given time. So for me, I had a credit card and I was paying it off in full every single month. I've done that every month of my life since I was old enough to have a credit card. I have charged and then I've paid it off in full every month. But my credit score was not as high as I was hoping it would be. And I realized it was because I was getting too close to the max amount that I was allowed to charge. So let's just say, to make numbers easy, your open line of credit, your credit card limit is $10,000. You want to stay below 30%, below $3,000 of that is charged at any given time. Let's say you need to actually charge $5,000 a month. That's fine as long as you can pay it off. But you want to make sure you stay below the 3,000, and if you start to creep above that, go ahead and make a payment to pay it off before you charge any more. So staying at 30% or below of that available credit will help increase your score as well. Let me know if you've heard any other opportunities to increase your credit score, and we can dive into those together. Do that in the comments. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for a video about debt.